Salakia, freaking call came through. Like I said, that do not disturb don't work no more. Because what's the point of having a do not disturb if you can call in and it takes you offline? But anyway, I was saying this guy, D.O. Hughley, like, nigga, shut your simple ass up. Because at the end of the day, you ain't living in the hood and you ain't got to deal with that wickedness, bro. And you ain't an advocate for Jake, so what the hell are you complaining about? All right, see, they set up niggas like this to pander to you Jakes to keep you engaged in folly. But at the end of the day, the Most High is going to start smiting you celebrity Jakes too, man. Because you don't serve a thing. You don't bring forth a good cause. Okay, because you did a couple of stand-up comedy because you got your asshole played with, all of a sudden you think you were advocated for the nigga race. No, you're not. Okay, if anything, you're gonna be lumped up in the same predicament that these other Jakes are lumped up in. So, the hell with you, some fucking D.L. Hughley, man. I'm out of here.
Up at the moment you walked up, you on your ass.
Yeah, well, it smelled like the odor of marijuana, burnt marijuana in the air, right? And you're the only guy that had something lit in your hand, and I didn't flash it, so I didn't realize it was just a cigarette. So that's on me. I appreciate you understanding and not getting it. All right, so just know, right? Learn, teach, tell your boys, like, yo, everybody's out. FBI, the police, right? So do your thing. Let them know. Don't be smoking outside. Don't be drinking outside.
Bumper collapse.
Donald Trump is tired. People come to visit.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know smoking in public was a arrestable offense. Yeah, so DC, it's recreational use as well, right? But you can legally possess up to 2 ounces. You can gift an ounce to your boy. So if you got 2 ounces and he said he needed a zip, you can give him a zip. You can't smoke outside.
So you see how passive he was with dude. You see how passive and how calm he was. You know, it wasn't none of that hoorah jumping up and down, want to kill you. Nah, because he understand. See, the cops, Jake understand. They understand that the white man, he gets complete autonomy to eliminate you, man. You know what I'm saying? He knows that if he gets out of pocket, then it's chitty chitty bang bang. Back to the spirit world you go. You know, and that's the fear of the Lord, because the Lord's getting ready to put his fear in you Jakes, man, and show you that he's not playing games. Because if we just read in the precepts, you ain't hearkening to the voice of the Heavenly Father. So let's see what Jeremiah said. And this is actually one of my favorite chapters in the Bible, because Jeremiah was pleading with you Jakes and asking you Jakes to get right, but yet, hey, you was like, the hell with you, Jeremiah. We gonna do what the hell we want to do. So it says here, this is the book of Jeremiah 18:18, and it reads, it says, then said they, come and let us devise devices against Jeremiah. It says, for the law shall not perish from the priest, nor counsel from the wise, nor the word from the prophet. But come and let us smite him with the tongue, and let us not give heed to any of his words. So basically they gainsay, you know. And he gave hate, and it says, and give heed to me, O Yahweh, and hearken to the voice of them that contend with me. It says, shall evil be recompensed for good? Because he's like, wait a minute, damn. I spoke up for these niggas, and this is the thanks I get. They come up against me. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Jake do. You speak to him. Jake is quick to turn on you, Joe. You know, Jake would turn on you in a heartbeat. You know, like sometimes I'll be watching the comment boards and I'll be seeing scoffers, you know, talking shit about us, but yet they be on other men comment boards in Great Millstone acting like they're brothers, man. You know, like a big one I noticed. Now, I don't know if he repented. If he repented, and it's all good. But you had a cat by the name of I Am Judah. He was scoffing the fuck out of us when that guy, Yakanan, was around. I mean, he was talking big shit. You know, and then you got some niggas in this thing, they try to hide. They'll be on your comment board, all good, less than not, but yet they scoffing another brother in the same camp. It's just like, nigga, no. You know? But it says here, remember that I stood before thee to speak good for them and to turn away my wrath from them. Therefore, deliver up their children to the famine and pour out their blood by the force of the sword. And that's going to be in the form of martial law. All right? And it says, and let their wives be bereaved of their children and be widows, and let their men be put to death. Let their young men be slain by the sword in battle. Yeah, that's talking about these civil wars. You getting deported to World War III, like I've always mentioned. I'm like, if I was Trump, I would start at the age of 12 and round you niggas up, and I would literally put you in camps and send you over to the Middle East. Because think about it, you're not doing nothing but creating war on your own people. So give them a cause to fight for. You know, get them niggas a salary, man. Cut off them damn dreads. You know what I'm saying? Pull up the pants, show them how to properly use a weapon, and send them over there to the Middle East and let them fight Yahweh Shai and get fucking mauled down, man. You know what I mean? That's the best you can do. You know? But it says, let a cry be heard from the houses when thou shalt bring a troop suddenly upon them. Okay, that troop is talking about a FEMA troop. It says, for they have digged a pit to take me and hid snares for my feet. Yet, Lord, thou knowest all their counsels against me to slay me. So forgive not their iniquity, nor neither blot out their sin from thy sight. But let them be overthrown before thee. Deal thus with them in the time of thy anger. All right, so this is what Jeremiah was praying. Now I want to look up the word troop. And the word troop goes into Gad, right? Gad, which means a band, a troop, marauding band, a raiding band, a division of army. So Jeremiah prayed for martial law to come upon you wicked ass Jakes, man. Okay, he prayed for that because this is really a curse he's putting on the 2/3. Now, when you read it in the New Living Testament, it says here, let screaming be heard from their homes as warriors come suddenly upon them. Okay, so it says screams. So when they kick in doors, hold you at gunpoint, take your daughters, your sons, and separate you, put you in different concentration camps and start unaliving you in record numbers, that's when you people are going to realize that, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. All right? The Most High is not playing with you Jakes no more. He never was playing with you, but it's to the point they were like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm about ready to stump these Jakes out. 2 Ezra 16 and 70, it says, for that should be in every place and in the next cities. And this is just going to intensify. Okay, right now we're seeing a build-up. It ain't gotten bad yet. Okay, they just have a presence and they're just doing typical police work. But it's going to come a point that the tension and the tension is going to ramp up. Okay, and this is going to be a norm. Crime is going to increase for them to justify bringing in more troops. And before you know it, shit going to hit the fan and they going to already be in your neighborhoods, man. All right, so that's setting up the playbook now. This is a play. It says, in the next city is a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. It says, for they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still sporting and destroying those that fear the Lord. Okay, it says, for they should waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they should be tried as gold in the fire. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Lord's will, you will be edified. To the next lesson. Shalom. Find out a video.
Washington, D.C. must be swept clean. I believe neighborhoods probably need to be emptied, need to be bulldozed. I believe that there are places that are so crime-ridden and so infested that you're just going to have to crack down. You're going to have to do the job, and you're going to have to get the crime out of Washington. That's my personal experience. Don't believe the bullshit that you hear online. What happened to DC, especially during the civil rights period, was that protesters that were bust up here stayed here. The city was burned to the ground. This happened during massive riots throughout the 60s and 70s. Mass swaths of the city were torched and were never really rebuilt. It is one of the most racist narco-states imaginable. In that neighborhood that I walk every single day, racial epithets were screamed at us. Rocks were thrown at us because we were white people. This city is a sunken place. It is an unsafe place. I mean, that's what happens to me. Imagine somebody who's like visiting here from a foreign country. Right? It's totally unsafe. A scar on the face of our country. And it must be healed. And President Trump is going about that heavy work.
I don't like being up here talking about how unsafe and how dirty and disgusting this once beautiful capital was, with graffiti all over the walls. It's another part of it, by the way. Because we're talking about safety, we're also talking about beautification. We're the most beautiful, potentially capital in the world. We always had. But people come from Iowa, come from Indiana, then they get mugged. Not going to happen. Keep coming. Because by the time you get your trip set, it's going to be safe again. It's going to be clean very quickly. We're going to replace the medians that are falling down all over the roads. We're going to replace the potholes. We're going to put a nice coat of asphalt over the top. And we're getting rid of the slums. We have slums here. We're getting rid of them. I know it's not politically correct. You'll say, oh, so terrible. We're getting rid of the slums where they live. Caravans of mass youth rampage through city streets at all times of the day. There are ATVs, motorbikes. They travel pretty well. Entire neighborhoods are now under emergency curfews. Just this past weekend, gunfire went through. When you saw that the Navy Yard. I saw it this morning. I saw that they fought back against. They fight back until you knock the hell out of them. It's the only language they understand. But they fought back against law enforcement last night. And they're not going to be fighting back because I've instructed them and told them whatever happens, they love to spit in the face of the police as the police are standing up there in uniform, they're standing, and they're screaming at them an inch away from their face, and then they start spitting in their face. And I said, you tell them, you spit, and we hit. And they can hit real hard. We have other cities also that are bad, very bad. You look at Chicago, how bad it is. You look at Los Angeles, how bad it is. And we have other cities that are very bad. New York has a problem. And then you have, of course, Baltimore and Oakland. We don't even mention that anymore. They're so far gone. We're not going to let it happen. We're not going to lose our cities over this. And this will go further. We're starting very strongly with DC. Clean it up real quick, very quickly, as they say. We're going to have a tremendous success with what we're doing. Other cities are hopefully watching this. They're all watching, just like everyone's watching here. They're all watching, and maybe they'll self. Clean up. We'll never be an asset to society. I don't care. I know we all want to say, they're going to be rehabbed. It's not going to be rehabbed. But some of these people, a lot of them are homegrown criminals. And these are bad people. These are rough people. And just to list some of the people that were given to me today that were removed from the DC streets this weekend, they were rough and tough. But we're rougher and tougher. Look at these people here. Nothing, They're not going to be your local school teacher. This guy has killed people numerous times. They're not going to be an asset. They will never be an asset to society. I don't care. I know we all want to say, they're going to be rehabbed. It's not going to be rehabbed.